Dark Manta looks for retribution on Aquaman for his dad's demise. Employing the Dark Harpoon's power, he turns into a considerable enemy. To protect Atlantis, Aquaman aligns with his detained sibling. They should safeguard the realm. Stay with us for full recaps. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends.
The film starts by showing Arthur, for example, Aquaman. We discover that his life has changed. He has turned into the ruler of Atlantis. He is hitched to Mera, who is the girl of the ruler of the other realm. Furthermore, presently they have a child as well. Presently the story moves and comes to the antagonist of this film, whose name is Dark Manta. His dad had passed on, be that as it may, he has consistently thought about Arthur as answerable for his demise. That is the reason Dark Manta chooses to get back at Arthur. He was likewise making an extraordinary sort of strong suit for himself. Furthermore, he was likewise hanging tight for this. After this suit is finished, I will battle with Aquaman. After this, we see a specialist who is likewise a sea life researcher. That is the world under the ocean. Furthermore, presently he was exploring Atlantis. He endeavored to track down Atlantis and go there, what's more, of the world in front of everybody. So he can demonstrate that a world like Atlantis is found. With this examination of Atlantis, those researchers went to Antarctica once. What's more, they begin attempting to track down something in the snow there. However, at that point, a beast like octopus goes after the researchers and their group. Since he likewise had large arms. So that is the reason the researchers stall out there with their group. That is the reason he conveys messages to his different colleagues, furthermore, requests help. Then one of his partners comes to help him. That is Dark Manta. These individuals were cooperating. After coming, Dark Manta saves the existence of researchers and their mates. In any case, he begins exploring here, for which he began going further down the snow. In the wake of coming to an extraordinary profundity, he sees the wrecked Dark Spear. What's more, presently as Dark Manta gets the wrecked spear and goes along with it, he begins seeing its genuine proprietor, whose name is Codex. He was looking exceptionally shrewd and risky. He says in the recollections of Dark Manta that since you have joined my wrecked harpoon, so presently you will turn out to be extremely strong. Alongside this, you can likewise get back at your foe Aquaman. What's more, you can do all that you like to do. Presently we realize what is happening on the planet has disintegrated a great deal. Since an Earth-wide temperature boost has expanded to such an extent that torrents and floods continue to come. Along these lines, alongside the world outside, there are a great deal of challenges on the planet too. On account of this, the animals of the ocean are gradually passing on. Seeing this, there is a gathering of the Atlantic boards, in which Arthur was likewise included. Arthur places this proposal before every one of the boards that we ought to meet and converse with individuals from the rest of the world. Also, we ought to impart our cutting-edge innovation to them, with the goal that the rest of the world can likewise foster along these lines. And afterwards, they can likewise tackle our concerns. Be that as it may, nobody concurs with this. Every one of the committees says that this can't occur. There, Dark Manta's suit was prepared. Furthermore, presently he simply needs to some way or another get into Atlantis. What's more, take Orichalcum. Presently Orichalcum is a kind of metal tracked down in the Atlantis realm, which works very much like petroleum. Furthermore, there are many advantages of Orichalcum. So presently Dark Manta enters Atlantis with his group to get Orichalcum, furthermore, assaults there. Presently seeing his obliteration, Mera goes to Dark Manta to stop him. Since he turned out's new strong suit, he goes after Mera and harms her, making her weak. Dark Manta again came to Mera. Before he could go after her once more, Arthur comes here. To save his significant other, he began battling his foe Dark Manta. Furthermore, this is how they have an extraordinary battle. During the battle, Dark Manta's group conveys him a message, which he comprehended that my group had tracked down Orichalcum. This implies that he can return now. So leaving the battle in the center, he left here. He likewise prevails with regards to taking off securely. Mera's condition was extremely terrible at the point when Arthur's mother came to them. Arthur's mother lets him know that it's an issue of reasoning. If Dark Manta had come here to take Orichalcum in Atlantis, then, at that point, clearly something awful will occur. Hearing this, Arthur shares with his mother, then we will require the assistance of my sibling Orm in this. In any case, why? Arthur answers because my sibling Orm knows very well about Atlantis as well as Orichalcum. He knows the whole history of Atlantis. According to hearing this, Arthur's mother, be that as it may, Orm is caught in another realm, the prison of the Angler. Then, at that point, how might he come? To which Arthur answers, I will go to the Angler realm myself, also, get Orm out of the prison. He did this, he went directly to the Angler's prison. Before long he tracks down Orm. Orm is removed from there. However, before they leave here, Orm is encircled by the gatekeepers of the Angler's realm. Orm's condition has crumbled a great deal now, since he was not given legitimate food here. Because of this, his body had become extremely feeble. However, when he emerged, also, the seawater contacted his body. He became a sound area of strength for and previously. He likewise is as in the past. That is the reason Orm alone battles with the gatekeepers. He overwhelms them. He kills every one of the watchmen in a single blow. After which both the siblings leave here. On the way, while talking, the two let each know other about their lives. Arthur tells Orm, I am fed up with being the Lord of Atlantis. Presently I am exhausted with this work. Yet, in the wake of hearing this, Orm was very shocked. He tells Arthur, I have likewise attempted to turn into a ruler, since youth to get the privileged position of a lord. In any case, you got that lofty position. You couldn't care less about the high position. This is very bizarre and astonishing. After which the two go directly to Ruler Fish, also, get some information about Dark Manta. Which Lord Fish answers to both, that you can get a Dark Manta on an island. The island is in the south region. Also, after hearing this, both the siblings go toward the south region to go to that island. In any case, when they come here, they see that the entire island has changed. Maybe by consuming it Orichalcum, its smoke has been spread here. Because of this, the trees, plants, and, surprisingly, the creatures here have transformed. Along these lines, their size has expanded a great deal. Indeed, even the rodents here have become so large that their size seems to be an elephant. A researcher was shown, which is presently in the area of Dark Manta. Here, when the researcher sees the wrecked dark spear, he gets it automatically. Also, presently when he contacts it, the researcher additionally starts to see the codex to him, which advises the researcher to do some unacceptable things, as he had told Dark Manta. However, at that point, the Dark Manta came here. He took the dark spear from the researcher and said, Researcher, you need to understand what my motivation is, correct? So tune in. My motivation is to kill Arthur and his whole family. What's more, if I need to manage Satan to do this, then, at that point, I'm willing to make it happen. Then we saw that searching for this spot of Dark Manta, Arthur and Orm additionally come here, who met the researchers when they showed up. Since he grasped that Arthur and Orm have come from Atlantis, he lets them know that his motivation is to obliterate Atlantis also. Alongside this, the researcher likewise educates them regarding the Dark Harpoon. Furthermore, when he contacts it, recollections of the proprietor of the Spear Codex start to show up. They were conversing with one another. Then, at that point, individuals of the Dark Manta group assault Arthur and Orm. In any case, these two siblings together valiantly began rivaling them. This hit them severely. He likewise wears his full suit. What's more, presently he begins battling with these two. In any case, meanwhile, Orm coincidentally gets that dark spear. Along these lines, he additionally starts to see the recollections of the codex. So due to this, for some time, Orm's consideration is detracted from the battle. Exploiting this, Dark Manta assaults him. He was likewise harmed a great deal since he didn't assault. Furthermore, presently Dark Manta battles with the two of them. That he started to get weighty on them. Presently, when it appeared to be that Dark Manta would kill the two of them, then Mera's father came here, for example, the Lord, who comes and helps the two of them, what's more, remove them from here. After going far from here, they came to a protected spot. Orm informs them of everything regarding the Dark Pike. Arthur's father was the one to search for Atlantis. He likewise had a strong pike. He is currently with his child Lord Arthur. In any case, ruler, for example, Arthur's father, had a sibling as well, who was, in all honesty, Codex. Furthermore, he made this dark spear. Presently, very much like Arthur's father ruler was administering the Atlantis realm, Codex was administering another realm which was a dim realm. For example, there were perilous animals and beasts. However, the difficulty started when Codex showed his genuine structure. Codex maintained that he should take Atlantis Orichalcum. Furthermore, becomes all the more remarkable. Somewhat, he was doing this. Yet, by doing this, Atlantis and different animals of the ocean were kicking the bucket. Likewise, infections were additionally spreading inside Atlantis. Presently, seeing such a circumstance, Lord Arthur's father faced Codex. Also, advised him to shut down. Yet, Codex got so insane in the inebriation of force. He will oppose his sibling, the Lord. When it works out, a conflict begins between the two of them. Yet, in the conflict, Lord crushed Codex and detained him. Presently, he is detained there perpetually and never emerges. For this, ruler utilized his blood. Subsequently, Codex was secured in a mysterious jail, from where it is difficult to escape. Afterwards, Orm expresses that right now, Codex is trapped in Dark Manta's brain through recollections, since he needs to be liberated from jail by utilizing him. Hearing this, Arthur and Orm's mother figured out the entire matter. She starts to enlighten them that I know about Codex. Also, the way the ruler utilized his blood to detain him, presently to be liberated from the jail, he wants the blood of an individual of the ruler's age whenever Codex can be free. It implies the people who have the ruler be in individuals of his illustrious family. Hearing this, Arthur comprehends that my child's life is in harm's way. His child was the most straightforward objective for Dark Manta, whom he could undoubtedly kill. So he promptly came to his home, what's more, saw that everything was annihilated. The house was consuming, the kid was absent, what's more, a man was harmed there. At the point when asked, the man said that Dark Manta came here, he caused this obliteration and took your child. Which clarified that Arthur's doubt was correct. So presently Arthur and Orm go to save his child. However, before that, their mother makes them comprehend that recall a certain something, your siblings, regardless, you need to help one another. They come straightforwardly to Dark Manta's place and assault there. Be that as it may, a major beast assaults them as well. Most of them make due. Be that as it may, Mera's father is stuck there. Then Orm proceeds to help him. Also, removes them from the beast's grasp. Seeing this, Mera's father got it, that the Orm whom I had consistently misconstrued, he is a generally excellent individual. Inside, Dark Manta has Arthur's child with him. The researcher likewise sees a little kid, also considers saving him, so he gets the youngster and starts taking off from here. In any case, Dark Manta, who had seen him, assaults the researcher and harms him. Also, grabs the kid. Also, presently as Dark Manta pushes ahead to murder his kid, Arthur comes here, who moves him to battle. Their battle was exceptionally extraordinary previously. However, at that point, the Dark Manta begins to conquer Arthur, since he was not the Dark Manta but rather Codex inside him. Dark Manta had overwhelmed him. In any case, making the most of this open door, Mera takes off with her kid. However, at that point, Dark Manta sees her going, also assaults her with his dark spear. However, before the spear hits Mera, Orm gets her first. Also, along these lines, he saved Mera and her youngster's life. However, this likewise made an opposite difference, since as Orm contacts the Dark Harpoon, Codex additionally begins to control his brain. He begins to show him against his sibling, that your sibling Arthur entirely misunderstands, done a great deal with you. You are the person who genuinely deserves to turn into the ruler of Atlantis, not Arthur. So presently Orm assaults Arthur. However, here Arthur, who had figured out everything, didn't turn and assault, yet began to clarify for his sibling to wake up. What's more, control yourself. Then Orm does likewise. When he dealt with himself, he additionally recollects his mom's words that you are the two siblings. Any difference what occurs? Be that as it may, meanwhile, Codex makes use and begins to free himself. By doing this, his body begins to become fully awake. Right as of now, Orm left the Dark Harpoon. It was past the point of no return, since Codex had been liberated by restoring himself. Also, presently seeing Codex before him, Arthur assaults him with his dark pike. However, Codex effectively gets his dark pike and attempts to go after Arthur. In any case, before that, Arthur breaks his dark spear with the assistance of his harpoon. It also hits Codex, which in the end kills him alongside his pike. When it is finished, the entire spot begins to be obliterated. Gradually, this spot began to break. And afterwards, the Dark Manta covers under it. In any case, in a similar difficulty, Arthur lifts his hand to help him. However, Dark Manta declines, saying bless your heart. I needn't bother with your assistance. I would like to pass on this as opposed to taking assistance from you. In light of this explanation, the Dark Manta bites the dust there. Since Arthur and his different partners leave from that point. Here Arthur tells Orm that now you are free. You don't need to go to prison any longer. Since in the prison of the Angler, we will say that you have been killed here. Furthermore, presently you go from here and carry on with your life uninhibitedly. After this, Orm thinks about Arthur as his sibling, since their false impressions were cleared. Furthermore, Codex said that you are the very sort of ruler Atlantis needs. This is your realm. Then we see that Arthur gets Atlantis in front of the world. Coming to the rest of the world, he enlightens everything concerning this realm. He likewise expressed that from here onward, we will impart Atlantis innovation to the world. We will impart Atlantis innovation to the world. So we can improve the world together. Arthur's life was going on this way. That is, he lives in both Atlantis and the rest of the world. The narrative of the film closes here.